Thoughts never spoken. Feelings never prices. Truth thoughts. Truth never voiced.
Welcome to the Unspoken Voices Podcast with Chuck Ellis, where the rubber meets the road and the unspoken finds its voice. This is more than a podcast. This is a space for the thoughts you've been holding in, the conversation you've been avoiding, the feelings you've been struggling to explain. It's a platform for honesty, a safe place for courage, and voice for those who haven't found theirs yet. Here we don't run from real life.
We face it.
Whether you're calling in to share your story or listening because you're not ready to speak yet, this platform was built for you. So let's talk about it.
Let's talk about
What's really going on? This is the Unspoken Voices Podcast.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Put my glasses down so I can see y'all as y'all see me. All right. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank y'all for coming on. I want to welcome everybody to the Unspoken Voices Podcast with the one and only, yours truly, Chuck Ellis. Well, I hope everybody had a good week so far. Right now, the weather seems pretty nice, so I'm quite sure there's plenty of people outside still barbecuing, having a few little cocktails and good conversation with family. That is a blessing to be able to have that. So I want to welcome y'all. I want to thank you for taking the time out to spend time with us. And as always, without precedent thing we do, first and foremost, if it were not for God, we would not be here. So I want to make sure I give my thanks to my Lord and Savior for giving me another day to get it right, to bestow another blessing upon me, to be here and to be able to assist in his word and to let people know and see that the truth comes into effect through life experiences. So thank you. Next up, always, a shout out to my sponsors, the Loft Barber and Beauty in Romeoville, Illinois. Always remember, you comment the Loft in the comment section, be it on Facebook or on a YouTube stream. You can be randomly selected for a free haircut on expense of the Unspoken Voices Podcast. And for our next sponsors, hold on. That's y'all moment of silence until y'all join the board. All right, now, let's get into it, man. Let's get into it. Tonight, we have another esteemed guest, and I think that, and I really hope there's a lot of young people, I would say around the age of 14 to 30 that are listening in, because this young man coming in with us has a lot to say, a lot of information to offer. He's a good guy. His name is Jason Sims. I want to briefly let y'all know he is a recently honorably discharged Army veteran. The young man also went to Youngstown State, where he played college football. He also played in the German Football League. In addition to that, he's an aspiring fitness trainer and consultant. So without further ado, because I want to bring him on, but please understand that this topic or this conversation today will not just be about military service. That's just a small portion of his life. What we really want to talk about, we want to get into is about transitioning from one position in life to the next. And with that being said, let me bring on Jason.
Hey, how y'all doing?
Hey.
Hey, thank you for having me, Chuck. I appreciate it.
For sure. You know what? I was really waiting for this opportunity to bring you aboard and introduce you to the public. So, because I hold you in so high esteem, I talk about you all the time. So I'm like, man, this is the most well-rounded young man. So, hey, you know what? I'll go take my hats off to you, but I don't even have a hat on.
Thank you. I appreciate the love, and I just thank God every day for allowing me to be here and be the person that I am today and inspire other people.
You know, we're gonna talk about inspiration. We're gonna talk about your life. We're gonna talk. I really want to get into the transition, in fact, of where you at. But before we get into all that, so people understand, who is Jason Sims?
Who is Jason Sims?
Yes, sir.
Jason Sims is a retired veteran, football player, fitness and nutrition specialist or connoisseur, I would say. But I am a person of great integrity and character. I feel like beyond everything that I do everything with honor because that's how I was raised. I feel like as far as the military goes, that also matured me into being a better person within myself too. I am honest. I am funny, I would say, very funny. But most of all, I carry myself with great tact and great selfless service, I would say, because I love to help people. I'm a person who, if I see a person down, if I can pick them up with words or anything that I can, I'm gonna do so because sometimes when you in this world, people feel alone, people feel unseen and stuff like that. So I want to make sure, like, to my next person next to me, that they know that they their potential and what they can do, So
that's important. That I think having a heart, having empathy, and being able to want to entertain other individuals and see the best out of them in their life, that says a lot for your character. So, like I say, beyond the title of an Army veteran and things of that nature, you're a person first. And that's what I wanted to get you. I want everybody to understand that you're a person first, because when we get to talk about your life and these transitioning moments, I want people to understand who the person is that's coming across, not just a veteran.
Right.
So in doing so, like, I know you grew up humbly, but what kind of environment helped shape you growing up?
First of all, my parents. Just because I grew up humbly, but I definitely understood the value of life and what I can do from my parents installing that into me. And I had a very strict growing up. It wasn't like all peaches and cream for sure. My mom and my dad definitely instilled core values in me very early to know that, hey, this ain't nothing gonna be no handout. You're gonna have to earn everything, especially because I'm Black at the end of the day. Because Black people we're still oppressed to this day. So it's gonna be hard, especially when you're a person of my stature, just being uh uh big and just being a person that people can potentially be intimidated by, and that's also another thing that I had to learn very early as well, is that people can be intimidated by me. That's why I always carry myself with such kindness, because I don't want people to be intimidated.
Well, you know what? Right now, I'm really not intimidated because you sit down. So, hey, so just so people understand about your stature, tell them, how tall are you, sir?
I was 6'6.5", 278 pounds.
Googly goo.
Yeah, I'm a big guy.
Yes, yes. You're a gentle giant.
Yeah, definitely a gentle giant. My mom, she always said that when I was growing up. I am a gentle giant. I am a sweetheart, I would say. As she would say, I would say.
Yeah, as your mom would say, we not gonna. I'm
Yeah.
not gonna call you a
Nah.
sweetheart. I'm telling you right now.
I hope not. I hope not. I hope not.
I'll tell you right now. Hey, so I'm gonna get into two questions. So like before, because you did a lot, man. You did a
Yeah.
lot, and
I lived.
yeah, you did a lot. And I was gonna ask about. Well, I can't ask, but before joining the army, right?
Mm.
What did you think of your life was going to look like? You know, because I know you did football too, so we can talk about that. But like before joining the army, what was your view on your life? What was it looking like for you?
Well, the goal was to go to the NFL. That was always the dream and the goal. But I also, like I said, from my upbringing, there's always a realistic factor to go into that. There is a possibility that I won't go to the NFL. So just in case I don't, what will be my backup? And I've always been a sort of a person that needed to be a part of a team. And on top of that, I have family members and friends and everybody around me that does it as well, which was going to the military. So that was always my plan B. And yeah, it was kind of already set in stone. Like if I wasn't going to the league, it was just I'm gonna go to the military because that's the next best thing. I need to be a part of a team. I need to be a leader in some way. You know what I'm saying? So that's how that went. The transition before.
Okay, because and you speak honestly about being a part of a team, right?
Mm,
So like what I would ask you is, and this may be redundant question, but before I'll say this, before the army
mm,
gave you structure, right?
mm.
And you had wanted to be a part of the team before they gave you structure. What else were you looking for or searching for in your life?
I was just really just searching for football. Like football was like the thing that gave me happiness. Like I didn't really know. I mean, baseball was another sport that I played, but I already knew that football was going to get me to where I needed to be in life. Was to be able to buy my mom a house, you know what I'm saying? Just to change my life and the people around me's life, because like I said, I've always been selfless, and I know that my mom took a lot of time into raising me, and she sacrificed a lot. So playing football and me loving football was just another way for me to say thank you to her, and I feel like that was my purpose originally. But
Okay. I mean, I get it. I totally get it. So before we dive all into your army career,
yeah.
I'm gonna back up a little bit because your life is more about the army. More, I mean,
Mm,
way more than the army. Your
yeah.
life is filled with several transitional phases in your life, right?
Mm,
So, and one of the things is even coming up. So I want to make this known because last week
mm,
I had on a gentleman and we talked about ROTC.
mm,
Mr. Luke Wright came on, right?
mm,
And just so happened he's a regional director for this region as well, but Romeoville High School.
mm.
You went to ROTC at Romeoville High School.
I did. I
Yeah.
did.
All right, so give me a little insight on, and you can give me in different layers because
Mhm,
these questions they matter because it's young people that are searching for something in their life at a certain stage that can relate to you. So let's talk about from high school to college.
mhm,
And we could do the ROTC as well, but you was a magnificent sports figure. So
mhm.
that comes with a lot. So if you would describe some of that, give us a little insight on that from your perspective.
Uh, Having that is just like, yeah, it has a certain sort of pressure because in this world you got a lot of people that want you to succeed, and you got a lot of people that want you to fail, and you also got a lot of people that you might leave behind as well. So as far as that goes, it's it's tough. Just dealing with that every day, but it's also motivation as well. To keep going as well. To wake up every day and to work out and to do everything you need to do to keep the inspiration. You know what I mean?
To be self motivated, right?
Exactly.
So if you would explain like some of the pressure just coming from going into college,
Mhm.
coming out of your ROTC, coming out of high school, being a football figure, because what are some of the pressures? Because like I say, a lot of young men that get these scholarships and football figures, they have mental breakdowns
Mhm.
in the process. So what are some of the pressures and what kept you strong in the process that you didn't fall victim to this type of pressure?
It was just really keeping God first, of course, first and foremost, praying, and some of the pressures, like it was just first of all holding on to academics while playing. That's one pressure. Making sure you good enough to start and play to actually get to the next level, which is the NFL, of course, and then the money factor because like when I was playing, there was no NIL, there was none of that. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't
Yeah.
getting no multi-million dollar. Yeah, we was getting that refund check. That was the only thing that we was getting was the refund check. That's why you see back in the day, like 2015, when I graduated high school, people was in college having jobs and stuff like that because being a broke college student is a real thing. Like that's real stress on top of academics and then maybe what you about to fail a class or something like that and then on top of that you broke, you can't, your refrigerator empty, it's stuff like that. But even with that, being on scholarship and stuff like that, I was fortunate enough to be on scholarship. But even then, like if you wasn't going to the cafeteria during mealtime, after that you ain't getting no meal, you know what I'm saying? So it's that it's that's really most of the pressure. And then like I said, going again as far as like performing your performance, what are you doing on the field? Like that is big pressure too, because you're not the first one. You got other people around you that's trying to fight for that spot too. So that stress of feeling not good enough or feeling like you won't make it, but at the end of the day, your mind can't be like that. Your mind got to be like, I'm gonna work my butt off. Like I ain't gonna leave no room for error type. And that's how you handle those things. Like you handle it, you try to, you really just got to be confident within yourself. You know what I'm saying? You have to understand your circumstances and what you're going into. Of course, when any kid that get recruited to any type of football program, you should know you're not the first. There's somebody that can be able to take your spot, and you have to accept that yeah, if I mess up, that leaves some a potential of somebody to take my spot, but I'm not gonna let that mess up define me. And you keep going and you keep going and you keep going. You mess up, don't look back, keep going, keep improving. That's just, and like I said, like I was instilled, that was instilled in me early when I was a kid. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So you had that foundation to think about and rely on to help you in those circumstances when the going got tough.
Mhm.
You picked it up and you dug
When the
in it.
going get tough, you keep going.
There you go. You said
That's
it for me. Thank you.
yeah.
Yeah, because what one of the biggest things why I got you on it because I think that a lot of individuals can relate to you.
Mhm.
And I definitely wanted to touch on the sports aspect of going from high school to college, also also the ROTC program going
Mhm.
into the army.
Yeah,
You
I feel
know,
like the ROTC program, because I only did ROTC for 1 year.
right?
Like I didn't do it for that long. Like I thought it was just like it was just something to do. I didn't know I was foreshadowing my future. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know. And
Really?
like really, like if I think about it back now, I feel like there was a lot of foreshadowing me going to the military. I got two grandfathers that are veterans. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? It's I got uncles that are veterans, like cousins that's going to the military. So it's all around me. So I think that's another reason why I was just like early on, and my plan B was the military, because hey, it's a lot of people around me doing it, so why not? You know.
Okay, so you didn't really while you was in ROTC, you was like, man, I'm just gonna do this to get
Yeah,
it done.
I had no idea that I was gonna be in military anything. I just did it
So
because I just
what you learned there, did it help you when you went in?
they really, I would say it didn't help me too much. I guess it was, it's high school ROTC and in Romeoville ROTC at that. It definitely showed me some glimpses of what I would expect. Like I definitely had mentors there that would tell me like how the real military is compared to ROTC, like that type of stuff, you know.
Mhm.
And it's definitely like when I seen it, I was like, okay, don't seem too bad. Like I wasn't really like, oh my God, I don't think I can never do this. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like something that I felt like it was impossible. I don't feel like nothing's impossible, to be honest. Like if you put your, like, from at least me personally, if I put my mind to it, I'm gonna do it. That's just what it is, you know. So
Okay.
that's how I felt in ROTC. Like, yeah, this is cool. Like, this is something that I could see myself doing. But like I said, like I was like, nah, you know.
Yeah. So now before I move a little bit forward, I will ask you this because I know I have, let me talk proper English, correct the mono, right? I have some individuals that I mentor and I
Mhm.
want to hear and that are in sports, and you have individuals out here. Now, if you were to say anything to a young high school student that's in sports, right? Or
Mhm.
anybody going into their first year of college, right?
Mhm.
I'm gonna just give you a moment to think about it, but I want
Mhm.
you to address them to give them some firsthand insight on that portion of transition.
So I would give them advice is just school, school, school. Focus on your school. Learn how to balance your social life and your academic life, because academics come first. At least, like I said, like for in this generation, it's a little bit different now, because like I said, you got the NIL deals and stuff like that. Like people are they got their heads big because they get multi-million-dollar contracts straight out of high school. You know what I'm saying? It's like um crazy. It's so it kind of brings a different mindset to certain kids nowadays when it comes to these NILs, because they feel like since they got a multi-million-dollar contract and endorsements on their head, they can act however they want. You know what I'm saying? They think that it's just a freebie, like they don't got to work,
Mhm.
just because they getting this type of contract now. But I would say focus on your academics, focus on your training, and just keep going, keep grinding, keep grinding. You ain't there until you there. You know what I'm saying? Because you still got to perform on the field to get there, and you still got to perform in a classroom to be on the field. You know what I'm saying? That's just how it goes.
Okay, and I just put it, and I want to. I'm glad that you spoke on that, man, because that's essential coming from a person. I'm an older cat, right?
Hmm.
So some young kids be like, oh man, you don't know nothing, right? So I want them to hear from somebody that been there,
Yeah.
done that. You know,
I feel like sometimes the grind is getting lost. You know what I'm saying? Because now, like I said before, they paying kids to play now.
Mhm.
So the grind can be lost sometimes. It's like big heads, you know what I'm saying? I got this multi-million dollar deal, you know what I'm saying? I'm smelling myself, you know. That's how I
Mm,
go. And now that, especially after COVID, these COVID kids and stuff like that, it's like I said, the grind getting lost. Like some kids don't know what hard work look like and what it smell like, what it tastes like. Like it's the grind, like the actual grind, like blood, sweat, and tears, like crying, like hurting every day type grind. Like,
that's
man,
different,
it's
man.
different.
Okay, so all right, so now you off in college, right? We got out of high school. You went to ROTC. We wasn't even thinking about the Army, right?
Mm-hmm.
So now you off in college. You doing your thing in college. You playing football. What's next? This next transition. Where did the Army come into play?
So after I left out of college, it was just like what was like the next, because I didn't make it to the league. It wasn't that, you know what I'm saying? Like I didn't make it. I wound up not being able to perform as well as enough to at least in the classroom as well as the field. So the
Now
go ahead.
I want to cut you. I'm gonna stop you right there because that's
Mhm.
important. That's an important pivotal moment, right?
Mhm.
And that's something that people can learn from. So you went through college. Now comes the part about making it to the league and not making it, right?
Mhm.
Can you feel like you can touch on that, or even give me the emotional portion that comes behind it? Because I know after all that work you put in to not make it, it's an effect. If something happens. So how do you go through that?
Yeah, it was tough, man. It was a bad come to terms moment for me. You know what I'm saying? I was like, dang, like I ain't make it. So what's next for me? You know what I'm saying? I had definitely my emotional time with it, you know. But of course, like I said, the way I was raised by my parents, you can't cry for too long. You know what I'm saying? Like it's you gotta keep going. So like
Mhm.
I said, I always knew, like in the back of my mind, that military was a possibility. And military was the backup plan.
Okay.
And after that, once I knew I wasn't I came back home and I wasn't in the league and I was out of school, I put my focus straight onto the military. Boom. And at the time, coming out of college football, I'm a big boy. You know what I'm saying? I'm 380.
380?
380.
What?
Yeah. 380. And I went to the recruiting office and they was like, "Ooh boy, you gotta tone it down. You gotta lose some weight. You gotta lose about 50. Drop and give me 50 for
Right.
sure." And I put my focus into that every day. I was running outside. I just had something to motivate me again. You know what I'm saying? Because my motivation was football at first. Now my motivation is to get in the army, because I can't get in the army like this. So I got to grind to for my next chapter. You know what I'm saying? And people was telling me, like family members was telling me about the military and how good of it is as it is as a stepping stone to start your life after you don't know what to do. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, I just put all my focus in that every day, running, trash bag, everything, running with the trash bag, running. I got a McDonald's like right up the street. It's like what, like a mile and a half away. And
Yeah.
I used to run to that mug every day, run down and back, doing push-ups, sit-ups every night. You know what I'm saying? Even the ROTC had a couple programs where you work out with them for a little bit, and I did that a few times. But then I already knew that I wasn't finna do it with them. I was finna do it on my own because I knew I could do it on my own. And every week I see a difference. And like I had a job working at out of a warehouse at the time too. So I was doing that, waking up in the morning, 5, 6 in the morning, running, trying to just go get my workout before. And also with my mother, this was before my nutrition started really to come in, because my mom, she's big on nutrition, and
Okay.
she helped me start out my nutrition journey as well, as far as like cabbage soup diet. You know what I'm saying? Whip
Yeah.
up a pot of cabbage soup and you eat on that, because you know cabbage soup is predominantly water, so you barely holding calories when you eat that. So
Okay.
I would cabbage soup, run, gym, cabbage soup, run, gym, all the way up until I would say November, what was that, November 2018. That's when because I got back in August from college and football. And then November, I was from then that time to November, I was working out, doing that every day, and I finally was eligible to go. And then after that, the next year, February, I shipped off to the military.
Wow. So for
Yes,
like 3 straight months, you grinded hard and you lost over 50 pounds
before
with
I
no
joined the military.
before you joined with no Ozempic,
No Ozempic.
no Ozempic.
Ozempic wasn't a thing. This is real grind, man.
What no exhibit, man?
Yeah, my Ozempic was that cabbage soup. That's my Ozempic.
That was an exhibit. And you
Yeah.
know what? You know what to go to say about that, man? It was your heart, your focus, your determination to achieve a goal.
hmm
And at that age, that's kind of rare.
I was 20. 20. Yeah, 21, sorry.
Yeah. At that age was kind of rare because you could have easily fell off into the party field.
Yeah. I knew as soon as I got home, it wasn't really like after being away at college, like
Uh-huh.
in experiencing college football, Division One college football, and the struggles and mental battles and the experience and everything. I already knew that I couldn't be there for too long. I can't stay home right now. I gotta go somewhere else. I can't be around everybody right now. I can't be here. I need to move on to something better because being here is not good. And I knew that as soon as I got back.
Wow. And that's a mentality that a lot of young men, regardless of your race or ethnicity, young men and women, that's a mentality that a lot of people should adapt
Mm,
in order to make a swift decision about a transition.
mhm.
That's cool. So now we here. We going into the army, right?
Mhm.
Talk to me, man. Talk to me about it.
Man, we in the field, man. We in there. I'm in the army. I get my ball skeezy. We in basic training, and I'm just like seeing these people in here yelling at me and stuff like that. I'm like, hey man, I'm used to this stuff, man. Like I've been playing sports my whole life. I got a present mother. You know what I'm saying? So
Okay.
she a drill sergeant in herself, I would say. So getting yelled at doing, I mean, I ain't gonna lie, like I couldn't do when I first did the PT test, our first PT test,
Uh-huh.
I could not do over 12 push-ups. I couldn't. Yeah. I couldn't I wasn't like I was weight strong, but I wasn't body weight strong.
Okay. Yeah. And
So
that's a big difference.
it's a different type when, like I said, like I was 380 when I left, or when I first started losing weight. So I got there at like 310, 305, like something like that. Like, so pushing that, I wasn't really benching like that. So it was terrible. It like my first PT test was terrible. But I already had knew in my mind, like after losing the 50 initially, I was like, I'm gonna keep going. So I seen where I was, you know what I'm saying? I seen where I was, and I had like the drill sergeants around me and stuff like that. And there was a drill sergeant there, uh uh I forgot his name, but there was a drill sergeant there that was real physically fit. And at that time, after I lost that 50, I'm smelling myself. I'm like, I'm trying to keep going, And I see him, and he inspired me a lot to get right. I was like, drill sergeant, I'm going, because he would run so fast. He would run like 2 miles in 11 minutes and 20 seconds. And I told him, like, the first day that we had our first PT test, I told him, I was like, at the end of basic training, I'm gonna catch you. And he looked at me. He was like, "All right, we're gonna see." So I'm in there. I'm working out every day, every chance that I get, other than just the regular basic military stuff. I'm working out in the morning when I'm working out, like in my free time working out. When they call lights out, I'm in the bathroom doing push-ups, doing sit-ups. Like I'm working out before. You know what I'm saying? And then PT, like I'm working out like 4 times a day. Like when we got our leisure time, I'm working out. I ain't relaxing. I ain't lollygag. I'm doing push-ups, sit-ups, jump rope, kettlebells. I'm in there. You know what I'm saying? I
Man,
wasn't playing. Yeah.
oh, you did something extra because when I went to the Marine Corps, man, when it was lights out, I was going to bed. I
No, it
was
wasn't, no lights out. And that's the thing. Like when I was doing that, I had other people in there working out with me. It's 9 o'clock. It's lights out. We supposed to be asleep, but nah, we in there. I had like once we like got to a point where we can buy like gym equipment and workout equipment for ourselves. We was allowed to. I was buying the ab roll. I was buying bands. I was buying look. I mean, we couldn't have weights. I mean, we could have weights in the room when the drill sergeant was there, but like we buy weights and stuff like that. And I was just getting it in, and then it's like, "Hey, can I work out with you?" Like I was inspiring people. It's like 5 of us in the bathroom at 10 o'clock at night when we supposed to be asleep. So
really,
I'm just getting in the whole 18 weeks. The whole 18 weeks, I was getting it in every day. And then the last PT test. Remember when I said I told that drill sergeant that I was gonna catch him?
yeah.
we was in the last stretch, and I see him. It's like 10 minutes and something seconds, like on the clock at 2 mile. You know what I'm saying? And when it wasn't 10 minutes. What was it? Yeah, it was about 10 minutes. And I see the drill sergeant, and he right about to pass the finish line, and like I'm right behind him. And I yelled at him. I was like, I told you I catch you, drill sergeant. And then we finished like right. He finished like a couple seconds before me, but I was right after him. And he was just looking at me crazy. He was just like, dang, he was like, he wasn't playing. Like, I told him I'd catch him, and I caught him. And I wound up being the stud in my platoon in basic training when it comes to working out. Like
Okay.
they know who the workout king is when I was in there. It was
So
me.
so building that, how did that make you feel?
It was a different kind of confidence because like, man, like over the time, like just working out, I was not looking in the mirror whatsoever. Like I was just so dedicated to set the goal that I set when I first came to basic training. I was like, I'm gonna finish this off. I didn't lost this 50. Let me go. What's another 50? What's 100? You know what I'm saying? I was like, I want to get into the 200s. So I'm just like I said, like I'm going every day, 4 times a day. I'm not looking in the mirror. And one day I just stopped and I looked in the mirror and I took off my shirt and I went from flab to abs. I was like, yo, like what is that? I was like crazy amazed by myself. And that just turned on a new switch. I'm like, oh yeah, it's time now. And I just kept with the motivation. I was like, I knew that at this point that this was my calling besides football in the military. I knew that
Okay.
fitness was gonna get me somewhere. You know, I knew it was gonna get me somewhere.
Hey, that may be a thing for you now, man. You know, because you're
Mhm.
starting to do your fitness training thing, right? From flab
Yeah,
to
yeah,
abs. There you go,
yeah.
flab to abs. You man, work.
I think
Look,
that's trademark though.
is it? Oh
I
man,
think
what I say,
so.
man, you done got you a little do diddy. You know,
Yeah,
a
nah,
little from flab to abs workout with tank.
nah, train like a tank. That's my
There you
saying.
go. Hey, so now we out of basic training, we out of boot
Right.
camp. You going into the fleet, right?
Germany.
Because
First duty station.
first duty station, because I'm talking about transitioning because you've been away from home, so you
Hmm.
know what it's like to be away from home. But now you
Hmm.
talking about you're away from home and you going to a whole nother country.
Yeah.
How, I mean, I'm walking the walk, but walk us through it because what you giving us and what I hope people are learning from you is the inspiration of your focus. But
Hmm.
also, I still want to talk about those moments where you going from one spot to the next, and how does these transitions play into your life?
So initially when I first got off US soil and into Germany, it was definitely a big culture shock as far as the smell, the sight, the people. It was just straight like first of all, no English. I wouldn't say no English, but like the language barrier is was crazy when I first got there because obviously I'm an American kid. I don't know no German. You know what I'm saying? So it was that. And as far as like the culture as well, like Germany, like Germans are pretty, I would say they're really straightforward, and sometimes it can come off as rude, but they not really, you know what I'm saying, rude. You know,
Okay,
that's just like in Germany you can't really take what people personally. Oh, you
don't
can't
worry
really
about you
take what
back.
people say too personally. Um, but I'm sorry, 1 second.
No, it's
You can't
okay.
really take what people say personally in Germany because that's just in their character. That's just their nature is just to be very stoic and straightforward. So that was something not really new because Americans like they I feel like Americans really straightforward too. Like we tell you like it is, you know. So it wasn't really a shock for me as
Okay.
far as that. And as far as being a black man in Germany, we get treated pretty well over there.
Oh
We get
yeah.
treated pretty well over there. I would say, like, not even just as far as like society. I just feel like in general, people love Americans. You know what I'm saying? Not as far as I would just say, oh my God, like you're American. I love what you do. It's just like Americans are kind of like at the top of everything. They're at the top of social media, top of money, top of everything. So I kind of feel like as far as Europeans goes, it's just like a costume, So they either like you and fantasize, or they hate you, or they hate Americans. It could be one of those two. It's not to say that like I never got any hate while I was over there, but it was just saying like it's more love than hate, I would say.
Okay, and that's a big cultural difference. And contrary, and we and let me
Mhm.
and I'll say this, contrary to what a lot of
Hold
us
on, I think
think.
we cutting out.
Can
I
you
can't
hear
hear
me?
you.
You can't hear me?
No, I can't hear you.
All right, so this is what you need. This is what I had you do. Go ahead and back out, right? And then come back
Uh,
in, and I'll bring you back in. All right?
I can't hear you at all.
Okay. Let me see. Let me do this. Let me see. Okay. So now Jason got a little technical difficulties on his side, right? So what I'll do is I'm gonna have him back out for a minute, and then hopefully he'll be able to come back on. Let me send a message over here and have him come back on. But one of the things that I want to talk about, and y'all can hear it in this young man's voice, is how well he adapted to circumstances. Okay, this is Jason back again. Hold on for 1 second. You
Yeah,
back, bro?
yeah, I'm back. I'm back. Hold on. Yeah, sorry about that.
Oh no, don't worry about it. We adapt and overcome.
Hmm.
So now, because I was getting ready to talk about how well you adapted to things, but now
Hmm.
you're in the army, you're doing your thing. Yeah, MOS. You become uh
31 Bravo, police officer, military
one
police.
Bravo, not
Yeah,
12, not 12.
yeah, 31.
You know what I mean? He's like, oh, 12, not 12, not Popo, 31 Bravo.
Nah, yeah, we still the popo. We still the
Yeah,
popo.
okay. Well, tell me something about it, man. Because what I'm doing is, especially with you, I want you to get a clear picture of a lot of these, because you've done a lot, and these transitions they are emotionally taxing,
Hmm.
and I'm really trying to figure out, man, like, wow, how did you deal with all these different environments, different transitions? How did you keep focused?
One thing, adapt and overcome. That's what it comes down to: adapting and overcoming. So as far as the military police life, it was definitely challenging.
Okay.
Being first of all, like I said, like just having a person of my stature, you know what I'm saying, going into the military, and like I said, like I really excelled within the fitness portion of my military career, like doing competitions and stuff like that. So that plays a part in going into the military police as well as just being fit, being able to go to these calls, and if they get out of hand, you can be able to handle it in the best way possible. And I feel like some people got kind of like intimidated by that, I would say. I mean,
Hmm.
because I am of a certain stature, and I do carry myself with a certain confidence as well. Uh, so, and as far as being black as well, like being black is that plays a part anyway. Uh, and it was definitely challenging as far as like um leaders try like as far as like respect goes, you know what I'm saying? The respect portion of it is sometimes leaders will be kind of disrespectful, you know what I'm saying, on purpose. It would just be like subtle disrespect, you know what I'm saying? I mean, of course, like I'm a lower rank and stuff like that. And it's just like I just felt like people were just intimidated for no reason by me because I did excel in a certain portion of my life. And I think that certain people understood that the military wasn't gonna be a for sure thing for me anyway. Like I wasn't gonna do the 20 years in the military. I kind of already knew that. I kind of already knew that after the military, like that, like it like this wasn't gonna be my life, but I was just using it. And I feel like of course me expressing that also uh took a toll on how I was treated too, because like people like, you ain't even trying to do the 20 years. Like it's kind of like, you know, it was that. But I always did my job to my best of my ability. I learned my job and I did my job really well. That's why even through all of the little hiccups and the how people treated me in certain situations, I still did great. You know what I'm saying? Because it was just in me. I feel like I definitely took on the military police role, and my leaders knew that, because I just am the person that people would call when things got out of hand. Because why? First, I'm physically fit, strong. I got the intimidation factor going on. So I feel like that's the biggest thing about being a police officer, is kind of like the intimidation factor. You know what I'm saying? Knowing the authority. I wouldn't say intimidation. Let me rephrase that. Authority factor. You know what I mean? Because I feel like if people don't see you and see like, dang, like this guy mean business, I feel like they probably not gonna take you serious. You know what
Right.
I mean? Like, say for instance, like you get pulled over by a cop with his belly out, you're not gonna take him serious, right? But if you see like a cop that's well put together, and that's, he look like he work out, you probably gonna be a little bit more tight knit with him, right?
Yeah, yeah.
That's just how I go.
Okay. Yeah, and like I say, man, and we talking about it, I like to be as politically correct as possible, right? But I'm
Hmm.
gonna tell you, straight up. I was in the military, but I ain't never no military police, right? I was physically fit and all that kind of thing. And I'm like, when I came across, they called me belligerent.
Belligerent.
Yeah, I was belligerent. I ain't because
I can see that.
what's the-
I was just joking.
no. What I'm saying is you got to handle situations in a certain manner. You
Hmm.
know, if I'm strong-willed
Hmm.
and I'm up against individuals who see me as a threat, be it physical or mental threat, that plays a big part in, first, how long I want to be here. Second, my progression through the system. Because if you got a person smaller stature, but they see you as a threat, now they're gonna try to knock you down instead of build you up. If you got
Hmm.
a supervisor or another staff that's higher than you, and you are physically doing everything better than them, they're gonna look at you like, man, what can I do to knock him down?
That's exactly what I mean. What my point's exactly, like the intimidation factor. Like it starts with just the physical aspect. Like, first of all, you being a physical person, a person that's passionate about how you look and your physical fitness as far as the military, and then on top of that, you doing your job well too. Yikes!
Yeah.
Yeah,
So how do
they
you
don't like that.
how do you handle it though?
You handle it how you supposed to handle it. You handle it with respect. You kill them with kindness, because you try to at any time when you react, when you be the person that you want to be. And one thing I was told in the military: perception is everything. That was
Okay.
the first time I got into a little hiccup in the military. That's what one of my LTs told me. He was like, perception is everything. Whether you like it or not, perception is everything, because people gonna have their assumptions. People gonna say what they want to say. At the end of the day, it don't matter how you try to how much you try to explain, how you try to get your way out of it. If a person perceives it, that's gonna always be in the back of their mind.
Mm. Okay. See, and see this the kind of conversation. See, I like to get to that point. See, because sometimes we get too politically correct, and we got to keep it how it is. But I also want to make sure that people understand that these are real life events happening in real time. You know, you got other gentle giants that are going through this, and they
Hmm.
may not know that, hey, perception is everything. They may not understand that, man. Because I'm big, why everybody always trying me?
That's another thing too that you got to get used to. People, they especially, I would say, smaller people of stature. especially when I was overseas. People all the short dudes was trying me. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm just like I'm laughing. I'm just like, go ahead, man. Like I ain't trying to hurt nobody out here. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that's another thing about being a bigger person in stature. Like is knowing what you're capable of and not doing it.
Mm, that's good. That's good.
Because I
That's
know
good.
what I'm capable of. I didn't seen what I was capable of, and that's scary. So I don't want to ever get like that. That's why I stick to combat sports. I stick to football. Stick to things like that for my outlet. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't. If I can, football was just it really was a passion and an outlet for anger. You know what I'm saying? That's just what it is. Like I get all my anger out on the field, jujitsu, kickboxing, like whatever it is. Like that's how I channel my frustration, and also praying too. Praying is also a good way to channel your frustration. Just asking
Man,
God for guidance and clarity.
you know what? Man, that right there is such a pivotal moment, even in this conversation, because for somebody of your age to be able to understand that about themselves, that speaks volumes. Because we got a lot of lost people out here that are capable of some horrendous things,
Hmm.
and they're actually doing them versus sitting back and weighing the world out to see what they got to offer the world. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So I want to thank you for even developing that within yourself to
Hmm.
even speak on that, because that man, I like that part about you. I like that
Yeah.
part. Well, you best bet one thing you're not gonna get from me. I ain't gonna try you.
I think I respect my elders enough to not even get to that point. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
It's just like like I said, I was raised by two great parents, and they taught me and instilled into me the morals of life.
Mm,
And I feel
okay.
like that played a great part. Yeah, I did some messed up stuff because I'm immature. You know what I'm saying? But you live and you learn. My dad always tell me, my mom always tell me, you live and you learn. And if you wanna mess around and find out, go ahead. If you don't want to listen to us, you just gonna mess around and find out. And sometimes I messed around and I found out.
Found
And I
out.
found out that that's what I shouldn't be doing.
Right.
So
Okay.
on to the next thing. Right back to reality, you know?
So now we back to reality, right?
Hmm.
You're transitioning out of the army
Hmm.
back to what we call civilian life.
Yeah.
Talk to me about it, man.
So I transitioned out of the military, and that was probably the best day of my life.
What? Talk to
One
me.
of one of the best days of my life.
All right, how you feel about it?
It was first off in the military. There's always somebody trying to contact you. Always your phone ringing about something. And I feel like over my military career, like I think I didn't get a good night's. I never really had a good night's rest. Like I've been catching up on sleep for a while. Like my whole almost 10 years in the military, like I would get at least like 3 to 4 hours of sleep. Like I was always up active, like just grind mode, even whether it's military stuff or just myself. Like I was just up, And even before that, even before the military, like I've always been up early. You know what I'm saying? Because my mom, she worked nights, so we had to get up early to go to our grandparents' house so we can go get dropped off at school. So I've been waking up at 4:30 since I was a shorty, since I was a kid. So that's just like what's instilled in me, and to be able to rest with nobody calling you was probably one of the greatest days. Like, dang, nobody calling me. Dang, nobody need me nowhere. Dang, I don't need to turn in nothing. Dang, I don't need to put no information out. Like, it's just like, just your life is yours again because Uncle Sam got you. When you with Uncle Sam, you with Uncle Sam. That's just how I go. But transitioning out just to be able to do whatever I wanted with my time, with Jason's time, and that's where we go into the what's next, because now you got all this time. What you gonna do with it now? And I was
So
fortunate. Oh, sorry.
no,
I
no,
was
no. Good.
I was fortunate enough to get an opportunity to play football again once I got back to Europe the second time,
Okay.
and I tried out for some football teams, and before I exited the military, that year that I exited, or the year
Mm-hmm.
before I exited, I was playing in Belgium, and I was playing there, and then when I got out, uh, I started playing in Germany after because I got looked at, I got kind of like scouted at out of Belgium, and I was playing in Germany once I got out. So I already knew what my next thing after was to keep trying to pursue the football. It was back to football. It came back out of nowhere. Like it
Right.
was an opportunity, and I got this new body. I ain't 380 no more. You know what I'm saying? I got this new fit body. Like I'm like, hey, I can do it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I can still do it. I could probably still try to go make some shake. You know what I'm saying? I could probably, you know, potentially go to a higher level in football again. I
Okay.
thought it was gone forever. I had to come to terms with it. It was just like, yeah, our military was my next thing. And then I played and the light went and then it left again. So, but I already had like went into it and knowing I was like, yeah, this probably it's just an opportunity, you know what I'm saying, to be great, which I still excelled while I was playing in Germany. I was a
Right.
dog in Germany, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And yeah, and then I come back home. We out of the military. Now I'm home in Chicago, and what I think, hey, I just did almost 10 years of military police. Who paying? Who paying? Or who doing? What was the next best thing? Was the police? Because first of all, I need a job. I'm out the military. Yeah, I'm a disabled veteran, but I need a job. I can't just sit on my butt. So I did almost 10 years of military police. Military police was the next best. Well, regular police was the next best thing because I know that. I know all the ins and outs of police. So what's me going to the police department and get paid probably more than I did in the military to go do something that I already know, you know?
And not just that. You said something. You said something very very essential. You came out the military. You had that little light back in the little glimpse of light to shoot for fame. But now you
Hmm.
back here in the United States. But one thing you said that I need a job.
Hmm. I still
So
got some work left in me.
yeah, no, ain't no question about it. But the realization of it, like, man, don't nothing stop. Like, it's not
Don't
like
nothing stop.
it's not like you get out the military and the world has opened up to you.
Hmm.
It's not like that.
No.
And a lot of people get a misconception of you get out the military and
Hmm.
everything is golden.
No, it's not.
Talk to me, man. Talk to me. See, I'm touching on these things. I tell you, talk to me about the
Yeah.
non-golden.
So just because you got to like, it's you still got to work, man. Like just because you on some type of disability and stuff like that, like yeah, it's cool. You can be on your disability and sit on your butt, or you can get out there and make money and do things that you love to do. Like what did I say I love to do? I love to do fitness and I love sports, and I did police. Mix it all into one. Why can't I do all three? You know what I'm saying? I didn't transform my body. I could teach people how to transform their body.
Okay,
I went from 380 to two. I got all the way down to 225.
man.
So yeah. I went from 380 to two. Before the military, I was 380, and once I graduated from basic training, I was 225.
Man,
That's including.
you 3 feet taller than me, and I weigh 20 pounds more than you. I gotta fix that.
No, we all get there at some point. It's like you still look good, man. Like you taking care of yourself.
Yeah.
It's not like you on the my 800-pound life type people, you know.
But now, okay. So now, if we would, well, I'm trying to think about what do you see. I can say next for yours. Yeah, what do you see next for yourself, short term and or long term? I know you're doing the fitness training. We can
Yeah.
talk about that. Give me a few insights because we on here, but I want to open up some
Mhm.
doors as well.
Beyond fitness training, man, the end goal for me is to open a gym. That's my thing. Like that's
Okay.
as soon as I knew once I worked hard enough to lose as much weight as I could, and how I did it, and kind of how fast I did it, I knew that that's what I wanted to do. That's my calling, was to help people do things that I did. You know what I'm saying? And that's a gym. That's helping people work out, that be their best self, feel the confidence. You know what I'm saying? That's something that I knew that would get me further. Was that?
Mm. Now, is that your next team? Because I remember you said, man, in life, I always feel like I wanted to be or need to be a part of a
Yeah,
team.
that's my
You know,
team. My team is the team of people that come in my gym and work out every day. That's my team, helping people reach their goals physically and feel the best that they ever felt in their life. And to feel because I feel like when you're not in the best shape of your life, or you feel like you sloppy, your confidence and your self-esteem is just very low. So in that point, what are you ambitious about?
mm,
Like, how can you be ambitious if you like that? You know what I'm saying? You feel sloppy, you don't got confidence, you feel like you fat, you're are not appealing to the physical eye. Like, how do you go about life trying to be ambitious and trying to live life to the fullest, as far as making money and things of that nature? Like, you can't. It's impossible. And working out helps you do all of those things. It helps you build confidence. It helps you build structure, build order. You know what I'm saying? It's just like what they say. What Coach Prime say. You look good. You feel good. You play good. That's just
mm.
how good. That's how it goes. You look good. You play good. You look good. You work good. You look good. You ambitious. That's just how it is. Like, you feel the confidence. It's an energy radiating through you when you feel like you look the best in your life. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, man, maybe you ought to be a motivational speaker.
Maybe that's an avenue I could take.
You know what I mean? Hey, you know what? I'm just glad I'm able to pull certain elements out of you as you're speaking to the audience, because you dropping some serious jewels. You
Hmm.
dropping some elements that people need to understand. And, like I said, these transitions in your life, I commend you. I think you've handled them very well.
That's by the grace of God and having wonderful parents. Because I can't even sit there and say there ain't been times where I felt like I thought I couldn't do it. But by the grace of God and having a loving mother and father, I pulled through. And that kept my motivation. Having a village around me that's counting on me to do good. That also helped me. Is to know that people know what I'm capable of. My family knows what I'm capable of. My mom knows what I'm capable of. My dad knows what I'm capable of. I'm capable of doing anything I put my mind to. And knowing that they knew that gave me all the confidence that I needed.
Mm. Man, I hear you talk a lot about your mom, right?
Yeah, man, that's
Man,
probably the best woman. The person that I love the most. Well, I wouldn't say, let me not say love the most, but one of the people that I love most in this world.
you can say it, man. But you know what, though? Go ahead, give your mother a shout out, man. Look,
Yeah,
go
my
ahead and give your
mom.
mother a
Shout
shout
out to
out.
moms, Kanisha Williams, things that bling. That's her jewelry brand, if y'all don't know. But yeah, that's my mama. Kanisha, she's a very, very strong, dedicated woman. And I feel like I'm so, how you say, easy transitional, or to go to the next thing and to be ambitious about my life, was from her. Seeing her having two kids by 21 and working at a corporate America job for 20 plus years, being able to work from home. Like, my mom is the pinnacle of ambition, literally. And having multiple businesses on the side as well, while and having three kids. She had two kids at 21 and then started over uh again with another one. And she still finished college and planning on getting her master's.
Right,
It's just like, my mom is just like the embodiment of ambition, literally.
man. And you know what? I respect that, and I wanted to give you the time to give your mother her flowers, because
Mhm.
it's not often that a lot of people get to be on public formats and things like that. But to be able to recognize and show your appreciation for your mother through even these words, it means
Mhm.
a lot. And for those individuals that are your age, that are going through these things, and some of them have their mothers, some of them don't have their mothers, but you have yours. And I would tell them that, respect your elders, respect your parents, respect those figures who have poured into you.
Mm-hmm.
That's what, some of my message would be. So now, as we get ready, we're going to close out. But at your age, you 20. Oh, I'm going to say, I already told you happy birthday. But listen, y'all, this young John just turned 29, you heard?
I'm getting unk status now.
Yeah, you great to be an unk, yo. You unk now. But look, man, hey, happy birthday to you, man. And look,
I appreciate you, man.
This is what I want to, I tap in like this before we get out of here, because you're doing a lot of things. Do me a favor, man, and I'm gonna give you like maybe a minute or two, or whatever you want. And at your age, I want you to deliver a message to the people at your age, or people that were aspiring to be where you at, of transition. Deliver a message to them from you, right?
Mm-hmm.
That would seem fitting to help them focus or give them some sort of guidance how to proceed through some of these stages in life.
I'm going to say this, coming out of high school, as you're growing up, don't get caught into the fast life of everything around you, materialistic things and stuff like that. Focus on what you need to focus on. Focus on your ambitions and the things that you love, and cherish that. And don't ever let nobody say you can't do anything, because you could do anything you put your mind to, as long as you do it the right way. And when times get tough, just remember that times will get tough. You can't be naive to think that everything gonna be peaches and cream and everything gonna be smooth, because it's not. Because it's how you handle those bumpy roads is what's gonna get you further. Like, though, it ain't everything gonna be peaches and cream, like I said before. So when you get into those hardships, you gotta overcome, adapt, and overcome. Always keep God first. Keep God in your life. That's another thing that we need as young men and as just people in general. Without God, without order, we're nothing. And keep going, and don't ever give up on anything. Don't ever give up. And don't ever let nobody tell you that what you're doing is too much. Don't ever let nobody tell you that you need to stop doing a certain thing to do something else, because you can do whatever. This world is your playground. You can do whatever you want. But yeah, that's my message, Charles. I appreciate it.
Man, no, I appreciate you. I'm glad you had the moment, because that, inspiration comes in a lot of forms. And I just wanted to make sure I give you the platform to shoot out the inspiration. And the next thing is, hey, people gonna come work out with you, man. It ain't free though. Y'all can come and work out with my guy. It ain't free.
Yeah, we can get it.
You know what I mean? What's your Instagram?
My Instagram is she love tank __. I know it's a little ripe, but I plan on changing my name soon to fit a more professional stature. I would say that's SHELOVETANK
Okay. So if you out there and you want to work out and you trying to get that body right, hit them up.
All I ask, if you scared, stay home.
But if you willing, come on to it.
Come on down.
She loves tank.
Because we work over here, blood, sweat, and tears. This is built brick by brick, so we're going to build you brick by brick. Ain't no Ozempic over here.
Facts. Well, thank you, man. Thank you for joining us, man. I appreciate
you for having me, man. Thank you so much.
Oh, man, you all right with me, bro. You all right with me. And we're gonna talk soon, because I got a lot of things. I got a lot of things coming up, and let's just see how it work out. But for now, I thank you. I appreciate you, and I'm gonna close out with my fans. Yeah. And let's go ahead and enjoy your day.
Yeah, I appreciate you. Thank you, everybody, for coming out. I hope everybody have a blessed day, blessed Memorial Day. Happy Memorial Day to all the veterans, and God bless.
Now, hey man, look, I think he done said it all. He done said it all, and he said a lot. I thank everybody for coming out and joining us and listening to this young man talk about his transitions, talk about his focus, and help inspire other individuals to be able to be them best selves, be greater than what they are. Shout out to all the veterans. Happy Memorial Day for everybody. We're gonna celebrate, and let's not just celebrate. Let's just remember everybody that came before us and sacrificed their lives and are still out there sacrificing their lives for us, for our freedoms. So I want to thank you. We appreciate y'all. Continue to join in. Come check us out next week. And as always, stay in tune.
This has been the Unspoken Voices Podcast with Chuck Ellis, where silence is broken, truth is spoken, and healing begins. So remember, your voice matters, your pain has purpose, and your story deserves to be heard.
So until next time,
Stay connected,
stay encouraged,
and know that your voice is never alone.